Hello, you guys, and welcome to the Culture and the Cross podcast. This is a podcast where we talk about the happenings going on in our church in Raleigh, North Carolina, the things that we have seen across social media, and then a refresh of what was taught on Sunday at church. And we're your hosts. I'm Artra.
I'm Corey.
Yes, so welcome. Let's dive in for, the happenings.
So the happenings are, so this past Sunday we didn't have church.
Mm-hmm.
We had our Sabbath Sunday.
Yes.
So every time when there are 5 Sundays in a month, we take the 5th Sunday off and we don't have any church, any service, anything like that. And we have actually been doing this since we started, since we launched Sunday services in September 2021. So it's going on 3 years now. I think and it was so funny. We started almost like the end of September. That next month we had a Sabbath Sunday. So like we had church for like 5 weeks and then we had a Sabbath Sunday. Just so it wasn't, because we were tired. It's because we wanted to establish.
I was really nervous that very first Sabbath Sunday.
Really?
I was kind of nervous.
Why?
Well, because I was like, no one's ever going to come back. They're going to be like, oh, y'all don't have church on Sunday. We won't come back. But they were.
Yeah. That
first
one.
It was just like, oh gosh.
Yeah, it was kind of like, oh, y'all just had service for like 5 weeks and now there's no service. It was. I was probably a little nervous too of like, oh, I hope people don't forget about us in a week, which obviously nobody did. But you know, we want to establish just that rhythm of taking time to rest, taking time to, regroup. Our kids were even younger then, so I wanted to make sure we had regular time to get away with them, take little trips and stuff like that. So I hope Rock Church, y'all enjoyed your Sabbath, whatever you did.
We went to Greensboro.
We did.
We took the Amtrak down to Greensboro. We had never been to Greensboro before. It's a cute little city. It seems like real calm and I liked it. I thought it was really nice. It was crazy hot.
It was, man, that
it was ridiculously hot, but I feel like Greensboro, especially the downtown area, it's really cute.
Yeah, it was nice. It was old. It seemed like an old southern town.
It reminds me of Columbus, Georgia.
Yeah.
Like the downtown, slow.
Yeah, it was real chill. I had never ridden the train, the Amtrak train, so I had never been on it. I've been on that Greyhound bus several times, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But the Amtrak was a little better. The Amtrak was the buses of trains, I guess. It was like a step up, from the Greyhound, but it was cool. It was a good experience.
Yeah, the kids were actually pretty well behaved as well.
Yeah, they were fine. Once they got
great.
their color and stuff, they were fine.
Yeah, they got their little coloring and they did good. I thought it was great. I definitely want to do again, but I think we should go farther. Not to just Greensboro.
Yeah, Greensboro only like an hour and a half on the train. So man, it was a quick hour, but it went by quick though. Maybe next time we'll do something further. But it was fun. We went out there. We got there like 11. We left at like 10 from downtown Raleigh Union Station. Got there like 11:30. I got lunch, walked around, tried to get some chicken and waffles, but the place was packed.
Oh, yeah.
So we had to walk to another pizza spot that we have here in Raleigh. So we ended up riding out there to get the same pizza we get here.
But the pizza's so good.
It was good. So it was fun. It was great to be out there.
Yeah, their arcade there is crazy.
Arcade was crazy. Arcade was huge. I was like, man,
I don't think I've ever been in an arcade that big.
Yeah, that was big. That was like, we said it was bigger than Dave and Buster's.
Yeah, it was huge.
It was a lot of stuff. And it's called Round One.
Yeah.
In Greensboro. Anybody in Greensboro? It was huge. It's just like it kept going and going all the way to the back.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that before.
Yeah. Because even the ones even when we went to the arcade in Virginia Beach, that was a little.
It was a little small one on the
even
strip.
Most arcades,
they're not
be
that
big,
big.
But they'll be that big. It
was
huge.
bigger than Dave and Buster's. That thing was huge.
It was stuff everywhere. Even we went to the joint down on Capitol Boulevard a few weeks ago, and that arcade wasn't that big. That was small too.
No, it wasn't.
But this one in Greensboro was huge.
It was huge.
So what y'all do for y'all Sabbath weekend for those Rock Church? Did y'all do anything fun? You go to brunch? Come on, 10 o'clock brunch. We never get to go to brunch because
I know
we be starting for worship at 10.
Yeah, what'd y'all do? Let us know. How did you spend your Sabbath time?
Leave a comment. Send us an email at thecultureandthecross@gmail.com.
Yeah, hopefully you guys were refreshed.
Yeah.
And had a good Sabbath.
And we intend to keep doing it every 5th Sunday. We decided to make this a part of our church. This is what we do every time there's a 5th Sunday, unless the only exception.
Oh yeah, it was Easter.
This March Easter was on the 5th Sunday, which was mad early.
Yeah.
Because I look next year, Easter is like the 3rd week of April. But this year, it was the last week of March. People, man, they playing with us. But the people, whoever those people are, they playing with us. But yeah, so that was Easter.
It was Easter.
And so obviously every church in America is not canceling nothing. You know, that would have been listen, that might have been interesting if I would have been like, hey, we got Sabbath, bro.
I feel like it would have still worked because we've established that we have Sabbath Sunday.
But also then we had like our highest attendance like in the last year, you know, Easter. So it's probably a better idea to probably have service, you know. That was the only exception. Because I know another friend, they do like outreach Sunday on 5th Sunday. Not Easter. We having church, you know. So I think we all recognize that's probably if any Sunday you should have service.
Oh yeah, on Easter. Christmas Eve.
Yeah, like if Christmas Eve fell on a 5th Sunday or something like that, or you know, we probably if it's a big thing like Easter. Christmas, if Christmas fell on the like something like that, or you know, if it was something like really, really important, then we would have service. But mostly generally, if there's a 5th Sunday, we not gonna be there. And there've been some times where we've done. Well, I did a couple times. Did I do once or twice? I think we did once. I did an online message. So I did.
Oh, yeah, I liked when you did that.
Yeah, so we tried that too. I didn't do it this time, but I think I may try that going forward. To do maybe just like a message online or something like that. Or we may just have that. So we'll see.
I don't know. Either way, let us know what you did. I want to know. I want to know how you relaxed and what you did.
All the things.
All of the things.
So.
Okay. Do you have a jingle today?
No.
Why not?
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not here for jokes, man.
I am.
I'm here for serious.
I'm not.
I'm not here for jokes. No jingles, man. Like who I look like. I ain't no jukebox. I ain't no jukebox in here to entertainment. Like, podcast. We're like with serious conversation. I'm ready for the next section of the podcast.
I'm too silly for that. Okay.
Talking about a jingle. I'm like,
for
jingles,
our
man.
social media.
Bro.
Okay. Anyway. As seen on social media, the biggest thing that I've seen is LeBron James and his son, Bronny.
Yeah, that's his name, Bronny.
Yes.
He's LeBron James Jr.
Bronny. They're both Lakers now.
I know, right?
And there are some people that are literally up in arms about this.
I know, right?
How do you feel about that? I think, well, you go first and I'll tell you what I think.
I think that it's great. And I like it. And so this is why I like it. I like it because, you know, from a basketball perspective, just basketball, it's historic. In the NBA, no father and son have ever played, I think, in the league at the same time.
Really?
At all. And for them to be on the same team at the same time, basically coming up this year, that's never happened in the NBA. It happened in baseball. Ken Griffey.
Okay.
His father, you know, Ken Griffey.
I've heard the name, yes.
Ken Griffey Jr.?
Yes.
Yes, you know, from the 90s, yeah. He actually played on the team when he first got in the league with his dad, Ken Griffey.
Yeah.
I didn't actually even know that until more recently. I didn't know his dad. I knew he was Ken Griffey Jr.
I didn't know his dad played, but I did know about him.
Well, him and his dad played together as well.
Oh, wow.
In baseball. I can't think of another example. I think there may be another example.
Maybe in football, you think?
What's that?
Maybe in football, you
Probably
think?
not, because football, generally, the careers are shorter. Guys don't play that long. I mean, LeBron's 40. He's about to be 40 years old. And he's been playing since he was 18. And I think, you know, Bronny is, I guess, he was 19, 20 years old. So he's pretty young. But in football, typically guys don't play that long. And so, you know, you out the league at 35, your kid's still 7, still 8, still 15.
Yeah.
And you have to go to college 3 years at least. So that generally is why that doesn't happen. Baseball, I believe you can come straight out of high school and go into baseball, if I'm not mistaken. And baseball players play long time. It's not necessarily uncommon for a baseball player to play until they're 40 because the game is not as, you know, you're not being hit like in football. All that to say, I like it from a basketball perspective. Welcome to ESPN.
I was like, okay.
It's a sports network, you know. And so I was beginning to look at it. I was like, bruh.
All right.
I can see that glaze look in her eyes like, bruh. We on ESPN. Welcome to ESPN. I'm host Corey.
I was like, you've like gone to that that one show.
The historical with Babe Ruth. You understand? I was about to take it back.
Okay.
But that's really funny. So I like it from that perspective because it's historic for a sports fan to see that. I like it because it felt like it was the right team to do with the Lakers, right? It's a big franchise.
Yeah.
But also I like it for the father-son perspective. And the reason people throw out the word nepotism, and it's basically when you get something because of a family member or because of a parent. And I'm going to tell you right now, every industry on the planet Earth, sons and daughters, they getting stuff because their parents got it.
Yeah.
All right? Let's not front like we all getting it out the mud. No, we're not. Some jobs you get because and all these companies, people. I mean, and I thought about this. You ever see these companies? These like a plumbing truck, Jones and Sons.
Yeah.
Jones was the granddad. He started that company in 1966.
Yeah. Now it's the dad and the grandson.
And the dad took it, and now the son got it.
Yeah.
They didn't get it themselves. Granddad did the first work, and then father. So
Yeah.
I think that every industry in the world, people get opportunities because of their parents. That's not unique to basketball or LeBron James.
No, I think people are really upset about nepotism, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Whatever I got, if I got like big business or whatever, y'all gonna see my kids in my business. I don't care if y'all think that they are not qualified, if they don't have the degree. I don't care.
Right. And that's the thing.
Elena and Ezra will be running it, and we will,
Especially
train them along the
up,
way.
yeah.
But I don't care that they don't have
and
the masters and doctor. I don't care.
People talk like his son was like couldn't even get into college, and it's like let's say his son was like my height, 5, he 5'8",
Yeah.
can barely make a 3-point shot. It's like the kid went to the University of Southern California to play basketball. Like he was a good player.
Yeah.
And so I think the thing is that we're acting like he was a literal scrub. It's like no, like he's a good player. They talk like he's pretty athletic. He's about 6'1", 6'2", so he didn't get the height really like that. His younger brother apparently is already like 6'6".
So I saw that
So
like the younger brother will be coming soon as well.
In like 2 or 3 more years. Yeah.
So do you think LeBron is gonna wait? So then it'll be like all three of them like in the league together.
That's too long. He would have to play till he's like 45. That's really old. He's
But
probably hanging up.
But I feel like he could do it.
But I feel like he could do it if he want to be like kind of going downhill every year and getting kind of worse. I don't want to see him go out like that.
Okay, yeah.
But he might for the story. He hung around for this.
Yeah.
But he's still good. But I think that man, it's not like his son was like a scrub. And now we're getting him drafted, and he barely made it out of Raleigh High School. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. Like, that's not the case. He was a good high school player. He went to the University of Southern California. It's very hard to get into that school as an athlete.
Yes.
And so he got his shot. And so I think that, and other objections, people are like, oh, man, he took a spot from a kid who maybe was better than him and got, didn't get the chance, whatever it gets to be. And a part of me is unfortunate. I'm like, if you want fair is a place where they sell funnel cakes and they have pigs.
I love a good funnel cake.
I mean, that if it ain't you saying it's not fair, it's like,
oh well.
I mean, nothing's fair, guys. I mean, I'm not saying it's, I don't think it's egregious. Is it fair? No, it may not be fair, but
it's not fair.
Like I said, a lot of companies, a lot of industries, a lot of people getting CEO jobs and C-suite jobs and good jobs because your dad was there.
But then it's like those same people. It's like, but if you had a company. You're not going to tell me you're not going to try and put your kids on?
Absolutely.
Of course you are.
And I feel like we all know this. You're not passing over your kid. And that's the thing. If the person
I'm not passing over my child.
And your kid is that right there. You can be like,
put my kid up.
You can be like, I could train him in the rest of that I could get him.
We good.
We going to take 2 years to train him. He going to be up there with the other person.
Yeah, that's why to me, I'm just like, I think it's great.
I think it's great too.
I think it's great also because I would probably do the same.
Yeah, I would.
So
I definitely would.
I don't know. I'm happy for him. Good for him.
Yeah.
I think it's great. And then to eventually see, his younger brother playing with him as well probably is great. Yeah. Also, of course, he went to the Lakers because the Lakers want people to talk about them. The more talk, the more money, and
absolutely, that's
just the way it goes.
And when I saw this too, I was like, y'all think for 1 second he's not going to get drafted in the NBA?
But my thing is like, why would they also think he wouldn't get drafted and that he wouldn't go to the Lakers? That doesn't make any sense. His dad is on the Lakers.
Right. The NBA is about making money.
It's a money business.
And guess what? Here we are on the podcast. We a podcast with 100 listeners. Yeah. We talking about it. So can you imagine what big network they talking about it? And guess what's going to happen in the fall? When the Lakers play and the Bronny's on the team, you think we're not going to be watching? So they're like, it's going to be eyeballs. Yeah. It's going to be jersey sales. Even if people want to see if Bronny is bad, they're going to come watch just to see. We're just going to see.
Oh, but don't they now also have that new coach?
They have a new
coach. So now we're really going to be watching. See, the way that coach got hired, though, I feel like it was, but that's how I need God to break protocol for me. Right. You see that? Like
he coached the middle school girls, and he went from middle school girls to the Lakers coach. I said, man, that's crazy.
That God will do it.
That's how the pit to the palace right there.
That's what I need him to do for me. Go ahead and break protocol for me.
Right.
People may not think I'm qualified, but I'm there. Come on.
No, the coaching thing is crazy. Yeah. He literally coached the middle school girls basketball. Now, he was an NBA player. He played for like 15 years. So he was good. He was good. But he went from coaching the middle school, I think his daughter's teams, to the Lakers coach.
That's elevation.
That's a crazy jump. That's a crazy jump. That's like me going from... That's like TD Jakes calling me and be like, Pastor Corey, I want you to be the next pastor of the Potter's house. That's how he call me.
That's what his voice sounds like?
Pastor Corey, I want you to be the next pastor. It's like TD Jakes calling me and be like, I want you to take over the Potter's house. I know your church is where it's at. You've been a church planner for 3 years now. I want you to, like, that's the type of jump it is. Like, so it is kind of crazy.
Well, I'm believing for those type of jumps in my life.
Hey, I'm believing it's Papa. Bishop TD, this you?
I'm believing for those jumps in my life.
Call me ahead. Bishop. I know you getting up there, man of God. That's all. Hey, Pastor. Oh, no, you got your daughter, Sarah Jakes.
Yeah, so she's there.
She's there for that. But if she decides she don't, you should call me. I would gladly. Nah, I ain't gonna say that. Rock Church, we go all. If he called me, we all going to Dallas. You understand? I'm flying everybody out. The whole church. We all moving to Dallas. We gonna be the Rock Potter's house. I don't know.
I don't really like Dallas.
Dallas is great.
I like Houston better, actually.
If Bishop TD called, we can move to Dallas. You understand? Rock Church, we all going to Dallas. We can all move right up in there in the same neighborhood.
We're all gonna move in the same
parents, worship leader, all the volunteers. We all going. Come on, man.
And we're all just gonna move in the same neighborhood.
Absolutely.
They're gonna make a compound for us.
Bishop TDJ called me. We absolutely gonna have a compound. We can all live in the same joint. It's gonna be called the Potter's Rock House. The Potter's Rock House.
Okay.
Or if Joel Osteen called, Joel be like, Pastor Corey, we want you to come on down to be the next lead pastor of Lakewood Church. We gonna be to Houston, right down there, right by the stadium. And we love you, Pastor, man of God. That's the type of jump that happened with the dude for the Lakers, though.
That's crazy. What I need in my life. I need that type of jump. I need to go from middle school basketball player, basketball coach to NBA.
Hey, that's exactly what need to happen.
God will do it.
Y'all let us know what y'all think. Was it a good move? Y'all think he should have been drafted? LeBron James, because he got like the coach hire, he got his son drafted. One last thing on this is that shows the power of that LeBron James.
He's running the NBA.
He's running the NBA. He's running that team for sure. I mean, like I said, I know he got other people and all, but he may not be running it, but he is. It just shows you how like he's influential. Like he got his son drafted, and mess around if he stick around, he might get his other son drafted too. Like if he decides, which I don't think he will, but got the coach, like, bruh.
But I feel like even if he didn't stick around, he still got pulled.
Right. So even if he don't stick around, he gonna come to the side of the gym and be like, yeah, my other son coming up. Come on now. Hey, I'm gonna be at the games. Come on. I know I ain't playing, but come on, get my boy in there.
What's the other son's name?
And his other son is
Small Brownie?
Bryce. Oh. I think it's Bryce.
I wasn't close at all.
But it's just like, you don't remember this, but it's just like with a few years ago with LeVar Ball.
Yes, I do remember that.
Now, LeVar Ball is nobody's LeBron James. His two sons got drafted. He taught his sons up. His first son got drafted by Lakers.
I remember he was like going on campaigns.
He talked about my son going to the Lakers. I ain't want nobody nothing. Lakers ended up drafting him, and he was with the Lakers for like a couple years, and now he's with.
But I think too, like Lakers knows how to keep their money in.
Yeah, and LeVar
and like be the talk.
Crazy. He was talking, big personality, and his other son.
Are his sons good?
The first son was good the first couple years, and he was with the Bulls. He got injured. He hasn't played in like 2 years.
Oh wow!
Because of injury, and I think he's kind of out of the league now. Or he might be still in, but just the injury thing. His other son, his second son, got drafted. He plays for the Hornets. His second son is good.
Oh, very good.
He's good. I think he was out. He wasn't there when me and Ezra went because he was injured this year, most of the year. But he's better than the first one. The third one got like a couple tryouts with a couple teams, I think, ended up going overseas. So he wasn't like as good. But he got like a couple looks, you know, whatever.
But
so
overseas is still very good.
Listen, man, professional ball. I don't know if he's playing now, but my point was that LeVar Ball, who is not LeBron James, he talked his sons up to where they at least got a shot. You know? And one of them ended up being decent. The other one ended up being really good. And look forward to the Hornets probably being better this year because of him. So, anyway, welcome to ESPN, y'all. We just going in about the sports.
Yeah, talk, this is like that one show you watch or you listen to.
I'll be watching all the shows.
I like that other one.
Yeah.
That it went off air. I tell you about it all
Mike
the
and
time.
Mike. That was
I was going to say Greg and Greg.
Mike and Mike. Yeah, they were good. So, all right, y'all let us know. Let's get sports coming. Welcome to the Sports Corner.
Yes. I don't know anything about sports.
I see. That's okay, though. You know people. You know human nature. And
yeah.
People get opportunities because of nepotism. That's a great topic. So.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. Okay, so
right, y'all.
Let's get to the word.
All right.
We didn't have service on Sunday.
We didn't.
But we still have a word.
We didn't. Oh, there's always a word. Come on. And so this is it ain't a refresh. It's just a word. Amen. We always want to give you the word. Amen. 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 So this is from the book of Amos, chapter number 8. I'm going to read this to y'all. It's very funny. Amos chapter 8, verses 1 and 2. It says this. Then the Lord showed me another vision. In it, I saw a basket of ripe fruit. Think about that, right? A basket of ripe fruit. That's amazing. What do you see, Amos? He asked. So God is asking Amos, Amos, what do you see? And Amos replied, he says, I replied, a basket of full ripe fruit. I see the ripe fruit, God. And then God said this. Now imagine God shows you a basket of ripe fruit, Archer.
I would be so hyped. Oh,
Apples,
the blessings.
Peaches, pears, bananas. I mean, ripe. So they, you know how the color be popping. The grapes looking plump. You know what I'm saying? The pomegranates is red and burgundy. Amazing, right? In verse number, it keeps going. And it says, then the Lord said this, like this ripe fruit, Israel is ripe for punishment. Good. Great. I will not delay their punishment again. In that day, the singing in the temple will turn to wailing. Dead bodies will be scattered everywhere. They will be carried out of the city in silence. I, the sovereign Lord, have spoken. Y'all, I read this a few weeks ago. And I said, my goodness, God, why would you do that? Like, that's.
I think it's hilarious.
That's crazy. God shows you ripe fruit.
I feel like why he had to do it like that.
Why he had to do it like that?
He didn't have to do that. So that, for me, it's like, those are little things where it shows me like, God, you have a sense of humor.
Has to have a sense of
humor.
humor.
You have to have a sense of humor because there's no way you're going to show somebody ripe fruit and then be like, yep, you ripe for punishment.
Right.
Because I'm about to throw down on y'all.
Meaning I'm about to pick you off the tree, not to eat, but for punishment. Yeah.
I'm about to rain fire on you.
That's crazy. And when I saw this and I read this, I thought about how sometimes God can show you a thing. There's more there is more that God is trying to show you than just the obvious.
Yes.
That's really what I thought about and what I wanted to share today is that sometimes God will be showing us things and we'll be thinking, oh, this is great.
Oh, fantastic.
Wow, this is amazing. Right? For example, if God shows you a vision of ripe fruit, you're thinking, oh my God, the ministry is about to be fruitful. Yes. We're entering into a time of fruitfulness. Amen.
God, people are so being blessed.
Saved. It's going to be overflow.
We're being accelerated like that coach.
Yeah, right. We're about to be the next coach of the Lakers. We're about to be the next pastor of the Potters. Things are about to happen. We're ripe for advancement and fulfillment of all the prophecies that God has spoken. And God be like, just like that fruit is ripe, you're ripe for punishment. You're ripe for you're right on the verge of a downfall. You're right on the verge of burning out. Yeah. I know you think ministry is going well. No, you're ripe for a scandal. I mean, think about that. And I begin to think about that. Sometimes God will show us things. And we're thinking it's one thing and it's really something else.
It's completely different.
For example, God made, and let's say someone tells you something about yourself. Example I told you earlier. Like, hey, man, you're really hardworking. And God is really trying to show you, no, you're a workaholic.
Right. You need to calm down.
Right. You need to calm down. You're a workaholic. Or someone says, oh, you're such a giving person. It's like, oh, thank you. It's like, no, you're actually too giving. You're so giving that you've given all of your stuff where you don't even take care of yourself because you're giving your everything to everybody else but you. Or someone says, oh, you're such a patient person.
You're so nice and
You're so
kind.
nice
So
and
nice.
patient. And they don't know that on the inside, the only reason you keeping it nice because you're really about to blow up on the inside, but you're trying to keep from blowing up on them. So you're just like, no, it's okay. But really, you like your eyes twitching. You about to explode, right? And has God ever shown you something like that, or something about yourself, or about another person? Right? You meet a person and they look so polished on the outside, but then you find out God's like, if you just wait, if you wait on me to show, if you wait on me to reveal, I will show you that though they look polished on the outside, they putting up a front.
Yeah,
that's really a facade, right? And we see this all the time, especially in ministry.
All the time.
You meet people and it's like, they sing so, they did this and that, or they can this and that, they can sing, they can preach, they can pray, they are a musician, they are whatever, or they are past all this stuff.
And then you get to know them.
And God's like, oh, keep your eyes open for a second. Let me show you. You see how polished they look? Yep, they polished that facade real well this morning to look like everything is okay, to look like everything
but they're
is on the
screaming on the inside.
Yeah.
Crying on the inside.
Right. And so what I'm saying is that sometimes, just like with Amos, right, God shows him something and he's thinking it's one thing, but it's really something else. He's thinking it's blessing, but it's really judgment. He's thinking, excuse me, he's thinking it's prosperity and it's really poverty, right? And we see this with people too, right? And for example, I see somebody driving a nice car or something. Yeah. I'll see something like a Bentley or something, right? Somebody drive by, it's like, God shows you, look at that person driving that Bentley. What do you see? And I was like, I see a person driving a Bentley.
Yeah, I think it's nice.
And the guy's like, no, what I see is a person who is insecure, and they're trying to fool you by their stuff, so that you don't see how broken they really are. You don't see how hurt they really are. You don't see that they actually work 70 hours a week and they're actually about to lose their mind to try and keep up with that car payment for that Bentley or whatever the case may be. And we see those things all the time, that God may be trying to show you one thing. God may show you a thing, but there's something deeper that he's trying to show you, right? Even he told Samuel, he said when he was going to anoint David, he said, man looks at the outward appearance, but God looks past what looks good on the outside. God looks past the obvious outside, and we see that people look pretty or look handsome, big muscles or fancy clothes, or they look like they have a nice house or a nice car, nice job. Those are things, God's like, those look like ripe fruit on the outside. But when you look deeper, you realize that they're actually struggling. Or they may not be struggling. It could be the other way around. They could look like they're living middle class, and if you look deeper, you'll see, the reason they look middle class because they don't buy everything with their money, and they actually have millions of dollars in the bank because they're not concerned about what you think about them. Right. So I'm not saying everybody's tore up on the floor behind the scenes, but I am saying that in your life and in our lives, what is God trying to show you that's beyond the obvious? Right. That's beyond just the surface of what you see. And maybe if we take time to look a little deeper, to pray a little deeper, say, God, I know you've shown me this about this person, but what are you trying to tell me? Yeah, like what is it that you're trying to say? Yep. So, just like he told Amos, you're funny, a basket of ripe fruit. That is just the funniest thing to me, and I've read it several times since because I've been like, God, that is hilarious. That is funny. And that I hope you don't show me no vision of ripe fruit. If I see a vision in my dream tonight of ripe fruit, I'm gonna wake up right. Wait a minute. Wait. Before you judge us.
What are you doing?
If y'all get a vision of ripe fruit, you better start. Whoa, God, what are you saying? Don't just think it's fruitful. Yeah. He could be sitting there anyway. Could be this the last bit of fruit on your vine. Right. And this is about to be the end.
I'm about to lift my hands.
Right, man.
About to take the covering off.
So look beyond the obvious. What is God trying to show you just beyond the obvious? With people, with relationships, with finances, with your job, with ministry, all of that. It's more than what you see. Yes. I even think about this too with, it's so funny. For our church, y'all know we're on social media, right? So we have great photographers.
Oh, we do.
They take great pictures.
They really do.
So, from the pictures, it'll look like pictures
be looking great.
In there. Boy, it's always, church, always jumping. But what I say is that I always be mindful. We don't always want to portray an image that everything is going great. It's like, look at the pictures. It looks like everything's going great.
It does.
But come and meet with me for a week. It's like, you'll find out, like, our church has problems like every other church, and vice versa. I talk to other pastors and leaders and all of this stuff, and I'll be like, oh, man, like, from your pictures and Instagram, and it looks like things are great, boy. That message like it was crazy. And then we get to talking, and it's like, oh, you got problems like I got problems. Yeah. Your church, whether it's bigger or smaller, has hills to climb as well. It has obstacles and has wins and losses too. So it's not always what it looks like on the surface.
Yeah, my mom always says all that glitters isn't gold.
Right.
She says that to me.
And I'm hoping it's gold. I'm believing it's gold. I'm believing that everything I see happening in your life is happening and it's great. But sometimes we all have our issues. And so, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's that.
That is that.
That is that.
I didn't have a jingle.
Well, with that, we hope to see y'all on Sunday. We're back.
No, not on Sunday.
Not on Sunday. Oh, tonight. Tonight.
We are fasting as well. So be fasting. We fast every first Wednesday.
We do.
Fasting. We're praying so that we can come together tonight for prayer.
Prayer and worship. 7 o'clock from 7 to 8. So it's an hour of prayer every first Wednesday. So we'll see y'all there. And then if you can't be there, which I hope everybody does, I want to see all of the church there. If you can't be there, we'll see y'all Sunday. This Sunday, we're back again for Sunday service. I'm very excited about to see y'all then. So
I missed y'all.
We miss y'all. So we'll catch y'all soon.
Yep. See you later.
All right. Peace.